Breaking news, insiders. Meghan Markle has made an astonishing attack within the media. Netflix have also tried to quietly release a new show from Harry and Meghan, and looks like they are hoping we don't realize that, oh, another show, not the Christmas special, another one has not charted in the top 300. And is Prince Harry really coming back to the UK? Let's get into it. Quick disclaimer, please do your own research. I do not work for the royal family, and these are my opinions. My opinions formed from 20 years working within the mainstream media. Right, let's get into it. So, you will notice the Christmas background and the little border. I hope you like it. So, this is what I want to talk to you about. Netflix. They have received so much backlash from working with Harry and Meghan. We have seen countless people unsubscribe and turn their back on the streaming giant. Now, the recent Christmas special is currently sitting on IMDb with a 2.4 out of 10 rating. This is a disaster. But Harry and Meghan have released a new show. Very strange 14 days before Christmas when you already have a Christmas special out. This is being done so we don't notice. Let me tell you, Netflix, this is the worst business decision they have made to work with Harry and Meghan, in my opinion. It has been a disaster globally. And the new show that's been released 14 days before Christmas is not a Christmas show. Oh, no. And we hear it was inspired by Archie and all of that. But this show is called Masaka Kids, A Rhythm Within. Oh, yeah. Well, look, unless it's Home Alone or Elf, we're not interested 14 days before Christmas. So I feel this is the palate cleanser we all needed, because it's awful seeing some of the mainstream media working with Meghan's team. And it's awful seeing that we, the taxpayer, may be funding Harry's security. So I'm not going to lie, I take great enjoyment in seeing this failure happen, because we have seen these two trash our royal family. We have seen their despicable behaviour. And so it feels a bit like the karma bus is just giving them a little bite on the bottom. This piece says, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have quietly released a new documentary on Netflix after they were inspired by a wholesome activity with their son, Prince Archie. The programme is the latest offering from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex as part of their multi-year first look deal for film and television projects agreement with the streaming giant, which they signed in August. We all know this isn't true, don't we, insiders? Because all it means is Netflix get to have a look. Oh, do we want it or not? Nah, we're all right. Move on. You can go to someone else. Go to Bezos. We're not interested. That's all it is. It's a just let us have a look before, someone else might or might not take it. But we're not interested. And so the piece continues. Last month, it was confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who served as producers on the project, donated £50,000 to Masaka Kids Africana through their Archewell Foundation via GoFundMe. When the documentary was first announced, it was revealed that Harry and Meghan first discovered Masaka Kids by watching the group's viral videos with their son, Prince Archie, during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's just stop a minute. I watch many, many things with my daughters. It doesn't mean I then feel I'm equipped as a producer to then create content and put it on Netflix. They have no credentials as producers whatsoever. A spokesperson for the Sussexes previously told The Telegraph, remember I told you they're leaking to The Telegraph, they would watch the videos regularly with Archie at home. So they were already admirers of the organisations before the film project came to them in 2023. After just hours of its premiere, the documentary racked up positive reviews, with one viewer giving the programme 10 out of 10 stars and writing on IMDb, "This documentary is lovely. It really made me regain faith in humanity and the power of caring, doing anything one can to help those less fortunate than ourselves." Sorry, hang on a minute. Normal people don't write like this. I think Meghan might be sat with a little computer in the office that she shares with Harry in their mansion that has 16 bathrooms, writing this very review. Normal, we don't talk like this, do we? And what you see here is a complete puff piece. But more interestingly, what they haven't run is that it's not made the top 300. In fact, it's not charted at all. And then we come on to Harry clearing the path to bring Meghan to the UK. I'm not convinced about this. And we've spoken, insiders, about the shocking announcement that the Home Office are reviewing Harry's security. And within this piece, it says that the Home Office has ordered threat assessments for the first time since Harry's royal exit. Says the Home Office has ordered a threat assessment for Prince Harry, the first since he stepped down as a working royal in 2020. Previously, Harry was said to face the most serious risk alongside the late Queen and the PM. However, it claimed that his rating has fallen during an assessment in February 2020, resulting in the removal of his automatic right to armed protection. Insiders. If you were worried about your security, you wouldn't go to Ukraine twice this year, would you? No. If you were worried about your security, you wouldn't write the things in Spare that Harry wrote, would you? No. If you were worried about your security, you would not have your wife or agree to your wife putting a video on social media of her twerking in a hospital. It's very, very strange. And so I have read all of your comments and I know you feel like I do about this. You are appalled about the Home Office doing this. But I don't believe Harry will come back to the UK permanently. I don't want you to worry about that because I don't believe he could ever fall in line here whatsoever. And he's made it very clear he doesn't like any of us. Meghan has inaccurately branded our royal family racists. We have seen the stress that Harry and Meghan have put on Catherine, Princess of Wales, as told by Tom Sykes as well most recently. We, the people, will not have them back. So I think you can take some comfort in the fact that we, the people, we were very much part of the reason that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was stripped of his titles. So obviously, this is never to incite hate or anyone to get angry, but we have a voice and we must use our voice calmly and peacefully, but we are not standing for this because if this security does get approved, we will be paying for it. And I'd like to point out that the sovereign grant this year has been increased to 132.1 million. Now, this has mainly risen due to Crown Estate profits, particularly from offshore wind leases. This is an increase of roughly 45 million compared with the previous year. Harry has earned more than enough money. He has earned more money in one Netflix deal than if you add every single person up, you know, he is still richer in one deal than all of us put together. And we should not be paying for his security. You do not get to trash the British public. You do not get to trash the royal family. You do not get to disrespect our friends in the Commonwealth and America, the American president. You don't get to do that and then pop back for your security. It's very clear to me, in my opinion, that the children are being used to say, well, I can only bring them back, and Meghan, if I have this, but can't have this. And so I think it's grifty and I'm calling it out for what it is. And the mainstream media, because they're part of the royal rota, will never be as unfiltered as I am being to you. But my agenda is to bring you the truth, and that is what I will continue to do. The piece continues. Reassessment process underway. Decision expected next month. Well, let's remember Harry is going to be in the news next month as well, because that is when his big court case with the Daily Mail goes to trial. So it's going to be a very explosive January. So the piece continues. The Royal and VIP Executive Committee, REVEC, have instructed its risk management board to reassess Harry's threat level for the first time in nearly 6 years, reported The Sun. The process is already underway, with evidence being gathered from police, government, and Harry's team. A decision is expected next month from the government body, which is overseen by the Home Office. If it rules that Harry requires armed protection, taxpayers would cover the costs whenever he is in the UK. Right. I really hope that King Charles and the Home Office are taking into account how the public feel, because this would be the biggest betrayal. We have been incredibly loyal to the monarchy. We have put up with Andrew and Sarah and the terrible way they have behaved. We have seen a lot come to light, especially through Andrew Loney's work about the lack of transparency when it comes to financials. I want a monarchy, but what I don't want is I don't want to be paying for Harry's security. I find the way he is behaving utterly grotesque. And the way that Meghan Markle is capitalizing and monetizing her Duchess title, it really looks like she's upping the ante of using the Duchess title as much as she possibly can. And it's about time we, the people, were listened to. Now, let's just look at their house. There you go. You can afford, Harry and Meghan, you can afford the security. But in an interesting development, we see Meghan Markle lash out at the Daily Mail. And she's using lots of words that it's their fault that she can't speak to her father. I'm paraphrasing here. And they are being unethical and insiders. I am no fan of the mainstream media, but Meghan Markle has had ample opportunity to reach out to her father. This is not his first foray into serious health battles. And so she is very much using this within the public domain to try and rehabilitate her image. And this is what's so interesting. Netflix, they've run for the hills. The PR staff, we've seen Emily Robinson this year run for the hills. Everything these two turn their hand to, it is a disaster. And you, the good people around the world, you have the power to make or break someone. And let's take a moment to just rejoice that I think we, the people, are starting to be listened to. We're seeing mass exodus of people having BBC TV licenses. We've seen Andrew Mountbatten Windsor stripped of the titles. We are seeing some media now start to use Catherine, Princess of Wales's name in the right way. Obviously, they're not all there yet, but I do think we are being listened to. And so I don't want you to worry about Harry coming back to the UK. I don't believe he will stay here. I think he is going to use this opportunity with the Home Office to get them to pick up the bill for his security. I believe he's hiding behind this as an excuse to say that he can't bring his children and wife over because they're not safe. But I actually think he could absolutely bring them over. I think he's using it as a bartering mechanism. Now, these are just my opinions. As I say, please do your own research. But we, the people, we will not be picking up the taxpayer-funded bill for Harry's security if it does get approved by the Home Office. Insiders, please like, comment, and subscribe to keep this content coming to you. And remember, the mainstream media are never giving you the full picture. Make sure you find independent news sources who can bring you unfiltered truth, people who are in the center of the mainstream media That is a very good place to start.